Hello everyone, this is Jiaqi from Landbot.io, and today I want to share a very interesting topic with you guys, which is about conversational experiences and how it can help us to get more and better leads. So let's start. As many of you know, internet changed completely our lives. We are living in an era of abundance. So just take a look at what happens at internet in 60 seconds. For example, we are receiving more than 156 millions of emails, 3.5 million searches in Google. This is just crazy. So this kind of abundance is what usually lead to inefficiencies. And this is just human nature. If you eat too much food, your body cannot absorb all the nutrition. So the same is true with everything else. And for example, in the case of email campaigns, everyone knows that the open rate is down to the bottom. And the solution the industry came up with is email personalization, which in fact has generated a whole ecosystem of companies building solutions about this concept. And today it's almost impossible to send an email with a minimal level of segmentation and dynamic field. So what has this to do with lead generations? Well, let's take a look at landing pages, which is one of the most common tools when it comes to lead generation. Here we have three examples from great companies like HubSpot, Salesforce, and PayPal. To my view, they all seem pretty similar. And in fact, according to research of Microsoft, the average landing page conversion rate is around 2.35%, which means we are losing more than 97% of potential customers when they're visiting our landing pages. And this is really bad. So the problem really is the same in the case of email. Today we're still giving the same, sharing the same website with every user, giving the same information to all our potential customers. So just like in the email, we have to personalize the experience. The solution for landing pages must be a unique website experience for each of our users. But how are we going to do that? Well, some of you maybe already got the answer. Yes, of course, it's all about conversational interface. So just to be clear, when I'm talking about conversational interface, I'm referring to a very specific kind of chatbots, okay, which do not rely on AI or NLP. They are mostly based on interface interactions. Okay, a very good example of a conversational interface is Slack. And you can see that Slack is really betting big on UI components like buttons, contextual menus, images, and things like that to make the experience of their bots very much better. So, and how does this help to with lead generation? Well, first of all, a conversational interface helps to increase the user engagement. Today, human attention span is less than a goldfish. This is why marketeers are saying that you have to capture the user attention in less than 10 seconds, or otherwise you are going to lose them. In a traditional landing page, whenever a user enters the website, you show every information at once, and it's up to the user to find the information. And this is really stressing, and this can cause some distraction. And however, in the case of a conversational interface, as the interaction is really straightforward, simple, and the user has one call to action each time, this really helps to focus the user attention and therefore increase the engagement. We can see a great example here. Okay, this is a landing page built by a company called Disverse. Okay, they have done a very interesting experiment doing A/B tests, comparing their website with a traditional landing page and then a conversational one. And as a result, what they have seen is that in the conversational website, they have doubled their conversion rates compared to the more traditional landing page. So this is really an insight telling us that conversational interface is working better. Another great power of a conversational interface is that it helps with user contextualization. Digital marketing is becoming more and more competitive. Today, some of the most sophisticated companies are already using a more dynamic landing pages to be able to show information segmented to different kinds of users. But this is not enough. When it comes to a conversational interface, they have a natural fit with hyper-personalization. We can make each interaction with the user the more personal as possible. A very great example to showcase this case is a website built by Adrian Sumbrune. He's a UX designer working for Google right now, and he has done a very interesting project where he transformed his entire website into a chatbot. And he wrote an excellent blog post about all the learnings he got from doing this project. But one of the most interesting insight he observed is that with a better contextualization, okay, user engagement increased significantly. What he has done is that whenever a user visits his website from a blog post, which is mainly about UX and design stuff, he would start asking the user if the user is interested in UX related topics. In this way, he can ensure to show always the most relevant content to each user. And this helps him to gain a much better engagement in his website. The third point in conversational interface is that it allows you to do real-time lead qualification. A very common mistake many marketeers do is they only focus on the lead generation rate, which can be really dangerous if they forget to track later stages conversion rates. Imagine if you are doing a Facebook campaign and you're generating lots of leads, but none of them are converting to customers. Then your campaign basically failed, and this can be even worse for companies who has some sort of human touch in their sales process, because in those cases, without the proper qualification, how do you know which lead should you contact first? So this can cause serious problem in your sales process. And conventional landing pages really don't help with these kind of lead qualifications. However, if you think about conversation, it's really a two-way communications. You can ask and give information at the same time. And this is a natural fit for qualification. A great example to illustrate this point is Drift. It's an excellent software for customer communication. Okay, what they have done is that whenever you visit a Drift website, they will pop up a live chat where their bot, which is called Drift bot, will start asking you some questions about what's your role in your company, what's the size of your company, and what use case are you interested in using Drift. They even go to the extreme case that if you choose you are interested in support, they will just tell you that Drift is not for support and just reject you as a potential customer. This is very smart move because this can save them energy and time for avoid unnecessary friction in when the user realize finally that the use case is not a great fit. And last but not least, a conversational landing page can helps you to differentiate yourself from the crowd. In a saturated marketplace like we have today, users have more choices than ever. And if you don't somehow differentiate from your competitors, it's very difficult to get user attention. Here you can see how different is a conversational landing page to a normal landing page. When a user first enter to a landing page with a conversational interface, it's really just very differentiate from the crowd, and from the first moment you have a better chance to get the attention of the user and explain your service, so you can later convince the user to buy your product. And that's it. I think we are in a new era of conversational experiences, and I hope that you guys can also can learn something about doing landing pages in a different way. And if you are interested to ask any further questions, you can also contact me at my email account, jiaqi@landbot.io.